So the sentence starts here with a present participle modifier. And when a present participle modifier is put in front of the clause, it's going to modify the subject of that particular clause, the noun that immediately follows the comma. So when we have such modifiers, we just need to make sure that these modifiers are logically modifying the right thing. So after identifying the modifier, we just need to ask ourselves, what is the modifier modifying and is that logical? So who is digging in China? It cannot be the evidence. Obviously, that is illogical. A and B go off. And the rest of the answer choices read scientists as the main subject. So C, D, and E can work. Now, another difference that we can see here is that we have evidence suggesting that, evidence that suggests, and evidence which suggests. Now, this is once again a present participle modifier, and this is put right next to evidence, and it's obviously modifying the evidence here. So the evidence suggesting that something happened much earlier than previously thought. Now that is a pronoun which is referring once again back to evidence, and the which is a pronoun which is once again referring back to evidence. Now these are relative pronouns, but one thing that should be remembered is that this that is an essential modifier, and the which is a non-essential modifier. Now we don't have to dig deep into the meaning here. We just need to remember that because this is a non-essential modifier, there needs to be a comma before the which. And if this is not there, this is invalid construction, E goes off. So remember that when there is a relative clause which starts with the pronoun which, it becomes a non-essential modifier, and any non-essential modifier needs to be put between commas. So E goes off that way. So both C and D can work. It can either be the present participle modifier or the that clause. But now we can move our attention to the end of the answer choices, and we can see that in D, we have these pronouns that, which, and all of that. Again, these are two relative pronouns. Now coupling these two pronouns together might seem a bit awkward, but again, I don't want you to eliminate on the basis of that. Now we just need to check what this pronoun is referring to. So what will this that refer to? So the only noun that this that can refer to is the emergence of the complex life forms. So the main thing to keep in mind is that a pronoun logically takes the place of a noun. And that means if the noun is substituted in the pronoun's place, it has to make some sense. So if we read this particular sentence with emergence substituted in the place of that, it reads that it suggests an earlier emergence than the emergence which was previously thought. That doesn't make any sense, doesn't it? The sentence intends that this emergence should have happened at a much earlier date than what was thought before. So substituting this noun in the pronoun's place makes no sense. D goes off. This leaves us with the right answer choice, C for Charlie. And this puts it across in a straightforward fashion that this is evidence suggesting that complex life forms emerged much earlier than previously thought. So C's logic works perfectly.